Revenue leakage cases in dealerships where profit slips away. Most dealerships do not lose profit because of one catastrophic mistake. They lose it through small, repeated decisions that nobody stops to challenge. A manager discounts a unit to save a deal. A trade gets overallowed to protect volume. A first service appointment never gets booked at delivery. None of these choices look serious on its own. Together, they quietly cut gross, weaken retention, and drag down performance across the store. The real problem is not macro conditions. It is not fuel prices, interest rates, or used car market resets. Leakage starts inside the store. It hides inside ordinary work until the money is already gone. This piece skips the abstract framing. Here are the 6 revenue leakage cases dealerships actually face, and what fixing each one changes in the real business. Number 1. Undocumented discounting that quietly kills front-end gross. The most common leak in dealership sales operations. Managers approve concessions to close deals, and over time, discounting becomes a habit rather than a controlled exception. Why it made the list? The reason disappears, the loss stays. The final selling price lands in the system, but the justification behind the discount usually does not, leaving leadership unable to trace which managers are discounting most, which models trigger it, or whether price is being used to compensate for weak value. Building earlier in the process, it changes floor behavior. Salespeople stop defending value because they assume management will cut the deal at the end. Once that expectation sets in, gross compression becomes part of store culture. Weak justifications hide in volume. Without reason codes and weekly exception reviews, one concession looks like a competitive necessity. 50 of them look like a management pattern. Where this breaks in practice, discount overrides approved without documentation, reason codes, or manager attribution. No weekly review of concessions by manager, model, source, or competitive reference. Front-end gross compression treated as a market condition rather than a process failure. Number 2, trade appraisal inflation that hides margin loss. This leak starts when the trade is used to make a deal work cleanly on paper. Even though the store is taking a loss it does not want to name. Why it made the list? The loss is structural, not accidental. A stretched appraisal may close the customer, but it transfers the margin problem to the used car department, where the store wholesales the unit at a loss, or retails it with nothing left. The DMS records the outcome, not the cause. It shows the trade value, but not whether the appraisal was inflated to force the deal through, making it nearly impossible to distinguish market pressure from management behavior. Variance tracking exposes the pattern. The gap between initial appraisal, actual cash value, and exit result, reviewed by decision maker, is where the leak becomes visible. Where this breaks in practice, no tracking of appraisal variance against guide value and actual exit result. Overallowances masked inside deal structure rather than surfaced as a separate exception. Same managers repeatedly stretching trades without any review or accountability. At number 3, F&I. Inconsistency that reduces penetration and increases chargebacks. A dealership leaks. F&I profit when performance depends on the individual style of each manager rather than a repeatable process. Why it made the list? Inconsistent process means inconsistent treatment. One producer presents a clean menu on every deal. Another rushes cash buyers, skips unlikely products, or changes the process based on time pressure. The result is uneven penetration, an uneven customer experience. Booked gross is not realized gross. Some managers post strong numbers up front and lose them later through cancellations, reserve reversals, and chargebacks. If the store only celebrates what was booked, it misses the profit that did not hold. The real comparison is booked versus realized, tracking product penetration, reserve, cancellations, and chargebacks in the same view is where weak F&I habits stop hiding behind short-term gross. Where this breaks in practice, no standard menu process applied consistently across every customer and every producer, chargeback and cancellation rates, not tracked by producer, lender and product type F. And I performance reviews that stop at booked gross instead of continuing to realized gross. Number 4, aging inventory and recon delays that turn margin into cost. Some of the most expensive leakage starts before the vehicle ever reaches the line. Why it made the list? Every unnecessary day costs position, recon bottlenecks, delayed inspections, parts delays, and photo backlogs keep inventory off the front line while competing units hit the market first. Price pressure builds, floor plan cost accumulates, and the store blames the market. The blind spot is before stock date. Most stores track inventory age after the car officially hits stock. Far fewer track days from acquisition to frontline ready status, which is where the real loss begins. Internal speed is a gross driver. Once leadership connects recon cycle time to aged inventory and margin erosion, the store can no longer pretend the market caused the entire problem. Where this breaks in practice, recon cycle not broken into measurable stages: acquisition, inspection, approval, parts, service completion, merchandising, listing. No visibility into days from acquisition to frontline ready as a separate metric from days in stock markdowns, attributed to market conditions when the deeper cause was internal delay. Number 5, lead leakage in BDC and sales follow-up. That looks like a traffic problem. This leak is especially costly because it happens before a deal ever exists in the system, making it easy to misdiagnose as a marketing problem. Why it made the list? The loss is invisible in the DMS. There is no lost gross line on a deal that never got posted. The profit disappears in the form of showroom visits that never happened. Poor execution gets blamed on poor traffic. Slow response time, generic replies, unclear ownership, and 1 or 2 weak follow-up touches kill opportunities that the store attributes to lead. Quality process metrics reveal the real cause. Appointment set rate, show rate, sold rate, and lead aging by source and by rep are where conversion loss separates from genuine traffic weakness. Where this breaks in practice, no hard standards for first response time or follow-up cadence. BDC to sales handoff managed informally, without the same scrutiny given to a desk or F, and I review lead performance reviewed by volume and source, but not by rep execution or response quality. Number 6, no cross-functional visibility that lets leakage persist between departments. The deepest leakage in most dealerships does not live inside a single department. It lives in the handoffs between them. Why it made the list? Each department optimizes its own numbers. Sales chases units, F&I chases reserve, service chases hours, accounting closes the books. When no one owns profitability across the full customer lifecycle, the losses accumulate in the gaps. Summary metrics bury exceptions. A strong leakage control system surfaces exceptions clearly rather than hiding them inside category totals. Shared dashboards, weekly cadence, and assigned ownership are what turn visibility into recovery. Booked gross is not the finish line. Dealerships that reconcile booked gross against realized gross across discounting, trade variance, F&I chargebacks, and recon cost stop celebrating revenue that never truly stayed in the business. Where this breaks in practice, sales, F&I, service, inventory, BDC, and accounting reviewed in isolation when the problem lives between them. Monthly reviews that arrive too late to correct behavior before the money is gone. No single accountable owner assigned to each leak category, revenue leakage cases. Summary: